Welcome to My Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. All right. Today's thread is a bit of a juicy one. Give me a minute. Let me find it here. Here we are. All right. Employees of Disney. What is the craziest thing you've seen happen in the park? Yeah, all right. Let's get into this one. Today we're going to be talking about the happiest place on earth. And let's go ahead and see the dark side of the happiest place on earth. Okay, probably a little late, but I was working in the kitchen at Cinderella's castle when this family of four came in for their dinner. About halfway through the dinner, the husband politely stands up and taps his glass for attention, and he announced that his wife of 15 years has been cheating on him for over a year. The entire place stood in shock. He mentioned for his kids paid the waitress and left the wife crying at the table. Yo, this man is in the middle of Disneyland and straight said, everybody, ting, 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 ting. My amazing, beautiful wife of 15 years is a cheating whore. She's been cheating on me for a whole year and I've known about it. And now I want all y'all to know about it. I paid for this Disneyland trip. Like, bruh. Like, why? Why did you do all of that, bro? You know what I mean? Why'd you take them to Disneyland? Why did you have to say it in front of all those people? Like, you could have did this at home, bro, and not spent, however many tickets on Disneyland. Like, dude, what the hell is going on here, man? My thing was, why the theatrics? Why do all of that? Like, it just, okay. All right, man. Okay, overnight cast member here. Please leave your cremated loved ones at home. Stop dumping them in the haunted mansion. They get vacuumed up and disposed of. Wow. There are people who bring an urn of their dead relatives and they go in the haunted mansion and they leave like the cremated remains in the, like, bro, what the fuck? Like, yeah, grandpa always wanted to come and live in the haunted mansion, scare them kids, grandpa. And then the overnight guy, with his fucking little headphones on, he's just, just doing his thing, and he just not knowing this man is sucking up people's family members. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. A coworker of mine at Disney World once helped escort Michael Jackson through some employee-only areas to avoid the crowd surrounding him. He got an autograph on a napkin. All right, hey, man. It's a W, I guess. You got to meet Michael Jackson. That's kind of cool. I was a Disney employee for the summer. My two favorite memories: coming out of the bathroom stall and washing my hands next to a half-dressed Mary Poppins. 2, I was sitting with a group of guys where Mickey and Minnie get dressed. When they came out, the guys started catcalling Minnie. The guy that was Mickey said in a perfect Mickey voice, "If you look at my girlfriend again, I'm gonna pop you." Oh my God. Let's see. I worked outdoor vending. One night I witnessed Tinkerbell get stuck on her wire above the castle during the fireworks show in 2005. He almost got burned up by those fireballs during the Indiana Jones portion of the show. They eventually turned off the spotlight on her and she just hung there until they were able to reel her in back to the Matterhorn. I also say he/she because the Tinkerbell that flies is played by both male and female actors. that and seeing Alice on her cell phone cussing out her boyfriend while smoking a cigarette in the in between was pretty freaking hilarious. That is funny. Seeing like these Disney characters that are like, oh my God, the kids and stuff. And they're just like, oh, you fucking, what the fuck is wrong with you? I can't believe you're doing this to me. Like, what? God damn it, man. You couldn't wait till I got home. And you're just like, wow, god damn. You're supposed to be Alice in Wonderland? God, if only the kids knew. Jesus. That must be the worst part about working at Disneyland, is that the veil of Disney is just pulled off. You know what I mean? Like, you see all the behind the scenes and the worst of the worst, about Disneyland, and you're just kind of like, oh wow, this is the reality of Disneyland. Like, a lot of us, we go to Disneyland and we see the glitz, the glamour, and what they want you to see. But if you work for Disneyland, you're like, yo, this is the fucking worst place this is hell on earth. Like, fuck this place, I can't stand it. It's like, damn. All right, maybe not the craziest, but certainly the grossest. One day, a kid ate a bunch of pasta with marinara and then promptly threw it all up in front of the entrance to Big Thunder Mountain. It was a huge pile of watery barf, easily 2 feet wide and 3 feet long. So we called custodial and set up a couple of trash cans to do our best to block the area off. So people couldn't step in it. This dude wearing all white shirt, shorts, shoes, came running down the path from the exit to the ride and tried to get back in the line as soon as he could. We tried to yell at him to stop, but it was too late. He thought he'd be a super cool guy and jump between the trash cans. He didn't count on there being a river of barf, so he jumps and lands in it, and his legs slip out from under him, and he falls and rolls in it. That's nasty. It took him a few seconds to comprehend what had just happened. But he eventually let out blood-curdling scream. Thankfully, a manager was walking by when all this happened, so my fellow greeter and I didn't have to actually deal with him. We didn't have to write a quick report on what we had witnessed in case the guy tried to sue or anything. As far as I know, nothing came of it. Oh, that is nasty. Oh, homeboy slipped in it. Oh, God, that's disgusting. I'm sorry if you're eating right now. That's disgusting. Okay, we're going to move on. Oh, I was also a Jungle Cruise skipper during my time at Disneyland, and lots of crazy things happen in the jungle. Most of them are kind of boring, like a swarm of bees forming, so all the boats had to reverse back to the dock for some falling into the water, which is gross. Oh, wow. Had to reverse back into the dock or someone falling into the water. I always thought that. I'm like, I wonder if anybody has ever fallen into the water on the Jungle Cruise. I mean, it's almost impossible to fall into the water because it's like you're sitting down the whole fucking time. So it's like, how the hell are you going to fall out? But I mean, there are people who are stupid enough to actually fucking fall inside. So it makes sense. Let's see. I wasn't actually in the boat for this one, but I was working the attraction that day. They loaded a boat and sent it out into the jungle as normal. The skipper got about halfway through the trip, and out of nowhere, this Korean lady started screaming at the poor guy sitting in front of her. The skipper tried calming the lady down, but she kept screaming and yelling at him in Korean. Then she full on attacks him. She lunges at him with claw hands and started scratching his face and kicking him. He was doing his best to fend her off, but she was on him. Yo. What the fuck? Oh my God. The Jungle Cruise guy's just doing his job and he's out here getting his ass beat. Damn. When things like this happen, it's what we called a 4-shot. The skipper loads 4 rounds into the pistol, fires them all, alerts the other boats in the jungle, and hopefully the people on the dock, then radios in the dock and they are having a medical/security issue. Then they just book it as fast as that boat can go into the dock. The dock stops loading and just sends everyone ahead of the boat into the jungle so that way the emergency boat can come in. So Skipper gets the boat into the dock, and when she rounded the corner, basically half the people on her boat were trying to hold this lady down while the guy she attacked was cowering in the back bleeding. Luckily, security had arrived and medical shortly after. It took 3 security officers to eventually subdue the lady while medical service strapped her down to a gurney. God damn, bro! They had to strap this chick down on a gurney. She was going that crazy. And then everybody on the boat had to hold her down just because she wanted to attack this guy so bad. What the fuck did this guy do to her? He's like, lady, I'm just doing my job. She beat this man, scratched up his face and shit to where he's bleeding. Then everybody on the boat's got to hold her down. Then when everybody gets there, she has to be dragged off of the boat, tied to a gurney. Like, god damn. That is crazy. After they secured her, they escorted her backstage behind Tomorrowland to an ambulance. Eventually, they got a translator and tried to talk to her and her family. It turns out that the lady was schizophrenic and had decided that she wasn't taking her medication that day so she could try to better enjoy the park. She just happened to have an episode in the middle of the jungle, and the poor dude sitting in front of her got all the wrath. I don't remember what compensation was for everyone on the boat, but I know it was definitely more than a redo. Dude, that is crazy. I guess she was just schizophrenic. She just saw him and was just like, oh my God, it's a demon. Oh, get him. It's a demon. And everybody's just like, what the fuck is this lady talking about? And she's like, it's a demon. And so she started just beating the shit out of that dude. That's crazy. She had to be fucking dragged off the boat, gurneyed up, thrown into a hospital or into an ambulance, then taken to a hospital. That is crazy. Damn. All right. I used to work attractions at Anaheim Disneyland. On the Indiana Jones Adventure, there are 3 48-foot, I believe, height checkpoints which small guests must hit. And it's 40, I believe 48 inches. So 48-inch height checkpoints which small guests must hit, and there's often drama here. One of the lowest points in my Disneyland career was having to height a midget chick. I couldn't make eye contact. All he said was, really? And I hung my head in shame and nodded. Another time, an African-American family came all the way down to the last checkpoint, which was in the station. The poor kid was too short, but the mom lost her mind when I said her child couldn't ride. She started screaming at the top of her lungs, this racist motherfucker won't let my precious baby girl on the ride. You are racist, you're racist, etc., etc. Cleared out the station, temporarily shut down the ride. She was escorted out and banned from the park. I don't know how I would do that either. Like, having to short check, or height check little people, and you're just like, ooh, yeah, I'm sorry, man. You can't. He's like, I'm 36. And you're just like, look, man, I'm sorry. Like, you got to be 48 inches tall. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You gotta hit the height requirement. And if you don't, I can't let you ride. It's a safety reason, man. I ain't trying to, you dap me up a little bit, like give me some dap, like, I'm sorry, bro. And he's like, man, this place sucks, man. I'm 36 years old and I can't ride a ride, And the motherfucker's like 4'8" and shit. And you're just like, I'm sorry, bro. It is what it is. I would feel so bad. I'd just be like, look, man, I don't know what to tell you. And then the whole, your racist thing. Like, look, man, you try to have your kid die on the fucking ride. Like, I'm doing this for safety reasons. I'm not doing this because you're black. Like, come on, man. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Just sitting here talking about you're racist, you don't like black people, and you're not gonna let us ride the ride. No, it's because your daughter's too short. I didn't say she's too black to ride the ride. I said she's too short. Like, come on, man. How can you claim racism when it's like all I said was she's too short to ride the ride? It's a safety concern. I had to tell a 36-year-old short man he couldn't ride the ride. So what makes you and him different? Oh my God. I'm just saying, it's like, dude, come on, man. Like he's a little person. I can't have him ride on the ride. It is what it is. It's safety reasons. Your daughter is too small to ride the ride. I didn't say she was too black to ride the ride. Nah, I didn't say nothing like that. Like if it was up to me, your black ass would be on the ride right now. But it's not up to me. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. That's funny. Oh, jeez. Late to the party, but I was a safari driver at the Kilimanjaro Safari Attraction in Animal Kingdom. We had this elephant named Willie. Willie was an exhibitionist. I was driving a safari one day, spewing out facts about elephants when I hear a tiny voice from the back of the truck yell, "Mom, he has 5 legs." Oh no. I turn and sure enough, there's Willie standing with his 5-foot long dick just swaying in the Florida breeze. I had to turn my mic off. I was laughing so hard. Oh, bruh. That little boy was just like, "Mom, that elephant's got 5 legs. Oh, my God." And she was just like, "Oh, oh no, little buddy." "Mom, you gonna tell him?" Like, that's what I would have said. I think everybody would have been cracking up. I was like, "Mom, you gonna tell him? Because that's not my job." Man. Oh, shit. That's funny. Former cast member in Disney World. I picked up a shift at Frontierland Foods. I was warned beforehand that in the kitchen there was a lot of animosity between the Spanish and Haitian cast members. So midway through my shift, there is a lot of yelling back and forth between the two groups, and it culminates with one of the older Haitian dudes taking a cooking sheet, not one of those flimsy aluminum foil ones, the actual metal ones, and bashing him over the head with it hard as hell. Needless to say, that was the last time I picked up a shift anywhere. Yo. Dang, man. What the fuck is going on here? He was just like, "Hey, man." He was like, "Hey, man, don't talk about my mother like that, man." And he was just like, "Oh, you know what? Fuck you." He's like, "Fuck you, bro. What the fuck do you think this is, man?" He's like, "You want to talk about my family like that? No. You talked about my mom first, bro. You talked to my, I told you about that." He's like, "No, I got something for you. Bro. Hold on. I got something for you, bro. Hold on. And he went and grabbed that sheet, and he was just like, "Here you go, you Haitian bitch." Bam. He was like, "Oh, shit." Homeboy is like, "What the fuck did I just walk into, man?" He was like, "Now, I thought they were going to yell at each other, sure, but I didn't think he was going to get physical. God damn." He smacked the shit out of that nigga with that cookie sheet. Jesus Christ. God damn. Let's see. Not a cast member, but I witnessed a cast member do this. I was in line at Disneyland, California with a group of Japanese teenage tourists who were ahead of me in line. I speak Japanese so I can understand that they were making fun of Americans. They were mostly saying things to the effect of, "On TV, they seem cool, but all these Americans are so fat and ugly." Yo, facts. Oh, shit. they were laughing and even occasionally pointing at people. I was just staying quiet, but then one of the cast members who evidently also spoke Japanese walked up to them and spoke in perfect Japanese. "You guys should really be careful. Most Americans can speak Japanese." They all froze up and looked around at people, many of whom were giving them dirty looks, and I nodded at them like I was backing him up. And they were horrified. They all left the line promptly afterwards. Yo. Oh, man. Hey, you got to understand, dude, you know, a lot of people, especially in California, they either go Spanish or they go Japanese a lot of the times because, for one, there's a lot of, Hispanic and Mexicans, Hispanic Mexicans. Here, you learn Spanish. It helps you a lot. But there, especially LA, there's a lot of places where Japanese and Cantonese are like the biggest languages. And so, you learn Japanese or Cantonese, you can get around most places, and especially in LA. And, because you got K-Town, you got Little Tokyo, you have, I think it's called like Little Indonesia. No, I think it's Little Thailand, something like that. And there's like a couple other places, but all these places are very authentic in where they speak. So it's like, but at the same time, it makes sense though that these Japanese kids would just be like, yo, all these niggas are fat and ugly. Like on TV, Americans, all the guys are buff and all the girls are pretty. But you come here and it ain't no but fat, like fat slob motherfuckers that are just walking around and barely stand up. They're all in motorized scooters and shit. So it's like facts, man. And, in Japan, they don't, they're not fat like that. You know what I mean? Their portions are very, very small and they hardly eat anything. And everybody there is very slim, because, they're also a shame society. So it's like, if you are fat in Japan, they will shame the shit out of you and they will have no problem doing it because that's just their society. That's how Koreans are. That's how Japanese people are. That's how Chinese are. Like, dude, if you're overweight, they're going to shame the fuck out of you because they're a shame society. That's just the way it is. Sadly, we're not that. And that's why people are fat the way they are. So, hey, it is what it is. But I just thought that was funny. They called them out on their shit because it's like, hey, look, man, like we know a little bit of that Japanese, if I'm being honest with you. I worked in Tomorrowland attractions at, I'm sure that's Disneyland or whatever. And there were many stories, but one of the craziest was when I noticed a Down syndrome child waiting in the back hallway. Not a normal place for guests. I figured he was waiting on his party to finish riding. I was bumped out of my position for a break. 5 to 10 minutes later, he was still there. I got him to walk down to the unload area with me, figuring his family was probably freaking out about where he was. No one was down there waiting for him. I waited for 15 minutes and realized his family was not on the ride. After calling managers and coordinators conducting a search throughout Tomorrowland, we found his family riding Buzz Lightyear Space Rangers Spin. They just left him at space. I have never been so upset at work. There are so many others, but this one always comes to mind. Yo, that's fucked up. They just left him there. Yeah, and he's just sitting there and he's just waiting. He's just like, no, they'll be here. They'll be here. Man, that's so fucked up, man. Like, they just left him. Or was it a thing like they thought he was there the whole time? I don't know. Like, if your kid has Down syndrome or mental issues or whatever the case may be, it's like, don't you think you would kind of, keep close tabs on him a little bit because he could get lost or, he could wander off or whatever the case may be? It's like, sorry to say, you're going to have to, treat him like a child a little bit because he doesn't really have the mental capacity to, be able to follow you guys around and know what's going on around him. So it's like, I would, I can see why he was so upset. I would have been super upset too. I'd have been like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You're going to leave your kid right here? What the hell? I'm sure at the time he didn't know he had Down syndrome until, he found out later on. It was just like, You guys left a Down syndrome kid? Like, I thought he was just normal and he was just sitting there waiting for his parents to get off the ride. But you left your Down syndrome kid just chilling? Like, what are you doing? You know, like, come on, man. That's fucked up. And he probably, like I said, he probably didn't know that he had Down syndrome. He just thought he was a normal kid just sitting there. But then he found out that, and that makes it worse. Like, damn. All right. Let's see. As my name implies, I worked at Worldwide Disney as a cast member. There are a lot of crazy things I'd rather not get into, but the worst one was But the worst was one night during the fireworks exit, we had a bunch of 20-year-olds being dumbasses on the resort platform. They start punching each other in the arm, being the usual pricks to each other. One of them ended up missing his friend and cold clocking a 12-year-old girl. 12-year-old girls had a dad to be 6'4" and 320 pounds. God damn, that nigga's fat. And built. Nah, he wasn't built. That nigga was fat. There ain't no way you're going to be 300 pounds and you're built. Nah, bro. And you're 6'4"? Nah, that nigga was fat. Come on, man. It took 4 security guards and 2 Orange County deputies to pull the guy off of the bloody pulp that remained of the kid. His friend ended up jumping into the bushes to get away from one seriously angry father. I mean, facts. You punched his daughter out, bro. What do you mean? Like, I mean, he didn't have to beat the kid to a fucking pulp. I get he was a big guy, but you know, you didn't have to beat the kid, you know, at an inch of his life. I get it. You know, I probably would have, you know, punched his ass out too. You're going to hit my daughter like that. That's fucked up. I'm going to punch you out too, but I'm not going to beat you to a bloody pulp within an inch of your life or anything like that. You know, it's like, man. But, hey, what the God damn, man. Jesus. All right, we're going to do like 2 more. I used to be a cast member and would work evenings on the attraction. Sounds dangerous. Starring Drew Carey. Oh, okay. Sadly, this attraction is now closed, but it was fun for me during my college program. Most of the workers didn't like the gig because you had to get on stage and give a speech. It was, and it was a one-man show kind of attraction, so you would work alone. For me, it was a chance to get a few hours to myself while working in the business park. My other position was the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. Anyone who is familiar with the attraction knows that there were 8 minutes of complete darkness during the show so that they can play mind games with sounds, buzzing bees, knives, whizzing past your head, etc. What they didn't know is that I had a monitor in the back connected to a night vision camera so I could keep an eye out for children that got scared and I could help escort them out. Yeah, it was fun to watch the reactions of the audience members when the sounds were happening, especially how everyone would squirm and scream at when the elephant squirted water at them. But it was far more interesting to watch people who thought no one could see them. There were lots of people making out. I have heard some stories of people trying to have sex. Don't ask me how, but I'm pretty sure they were caught since the screen comes back on halfway through and then goes out again. I never saw anything that extreme, but here's my wildest story. One time, as soon as the lights went out, I saw a guy straight up finger bang his girlfriend. It was obvious that he had been on the attraction before because he had it timed so perfectly that no one knew what he was doing. He wasn't even caught when the lights suddenly came on, and he was back at it as soon as the lights went out. These kinds of things were not common occurrence, but it was funny to watch these people carry on as if nothing happened afterward. Disneyland is not just a family park. Sometimes it's a family making park. Yo! This man say, yo, man, sometimes Disneyland ain't a family place. It's a family making place. You know, some nuts be busted at Disneyland, man. Hey, God dang, that was crazy. Hey, I'm sure, you know, some crazy shit be happening in some Disneyland. All right, we're going to do 2 more. My brother-in-law worked there in a student program. Two things he told me were the worst. This couple were trying to ride Space Mountain and had a black duffel bag. He heard something come from the bag, so he asked them to open it. They refused. Security comes, forces them to open it. It was their 6-month-old baby. Huh? Why the fuck do they have a baby in a duffel bag? 2, I don't remember what attraction it was for, but he said a little boy from Make-A-Wish got to go in front of every line. This lady saw it and bitched so loud that how this little trash kid didn't deserve to cut in the lines and a bunch of other bullshit. He described the look on the boy's parents' faces as nothing but nightmarish, heartbreaking shit. Yo. This lady said this trash ass little kid gets to cut everybody in line, and they turn around and they're like, little Jimmy is a Make-A-Wish kid and he's going to die next month. So how do you feel? And I bet she was like, oh shit. Yeah, sorry. That's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up. He told the lady to get out of line and stop being such a bitch. Explained that the kid was with Make-A-Wish. She apparently didn't care and asked for a manager. Bitches to manager. She is banned from Disney World. My brother-in-law almost lost his job right there due to all the commotion that was caused. Luckily, he didn't. Yo. She even pushed it harder. She was like, I don't give a fuck if that's a Make-A-Wish kid. She was like, I don't give a fuck, man. Where's your manager at? Manager gets over there and is just like, ma'am, what's going on? It's like, this old piece of shit ass kid is cutting everybody in the line. Well, he's a Make-A-Wish kid, ma'am. It's like, I don't give a fuck if he's a Make-A-Wish or if he's a special kid or whatever. Like, he shouldn't be cutting the line. Well, I'm sorry, man, but you're going to have to get the fuck out of here. Like, what? Like, dude, what the hell? Like, how do you not know that? Does she not know what a Make-A-Wish kid is or something? Because maybe that's what it is. That's fucked up, though. Damn, that's fucked up. Yeah, I'm glad that she got kicked out. What the fuck? That bitch is banned from Disney World. Imagine being banned from Disney World. That's crazy. God damn. All right, that's our last one. My favorite story is when a woman dressed as Snow White in the parks, belligerently drunk and pretending to be the character by signing autographs and taking pictures with people. She was escorted out by the PD and caused a huge scene and resisted arrest. There's a photo hung up backstage in one of the parks of it. People swaddling handles of vodka like newborns and stowing them in the undercarriage of their strollers to smuggle them into Magic Kingdom. God damn, bro. That is crazy. I was in the middle of a brewing internal feud between a group of Brazilians and a group of Argentinians. You could tell this is Florida Disneyland. God damn. You could tell by their tour company shirts, standing in the middle of the crowd, screaming back and forth and shoving each other. I was just merchandise at the time, so all I could do was keep innocent guests out of the way of the fight. Had another fight break out between two African families. A fat woman and an electric scooter ran over a child's foot. The child was shrieking bloody murder so loud that I could hear from over 50 feet away over the sound of the show going on, atmospheric sounds, and the regular din of guests. The families were screaming obscenities at each other, and one father was getting in the face of the other father and started poking his chest and using wild hand motions that basically told everyone looking on that it was about to go down. God damn. I've been shoved by a guest at a character meet and greet because they had to wait for 10 extra minutes. I told her there was no way possible for me to expedite the line, and the 10-minute gap was necessary. The gap was mandatory for the level of heat that we had, and we were required by law to have a gap for safety reasons. So she shoved me and told me to make it happen. God damn it, bro. I've had a group of Brazilian girls try to fight me because they were being rough with the characters, and I demanded they stop. These were characters that couldn't really defend themselves. What the fuck? Were they trying to like pull the Small World kids out of the floor or something? Like, what the fuck is going on here? A guy rubbed his nipple and asked if he could strike a deal.
Bruh.
With me and his kids could meet a character after I closed the line. No means no, even if you're rubbing your nipples. Never a dull moment, nigga.
Bruh.
What? He just said, come on, man. Can't we just strike a deal? Come on, bro. You know, just let my kids in. Come on, man. Like, what the fuck? Hey, what are you doing, man? God damn, dude. Like, homeboy was sitting there just like,
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
what are you doing, man? Why are you rubbing your nipple? Like, you think that's gonna like entice me to let you in or some shit? Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Oh my god, you Disneyland motherfuckers, golly. Like, when you pull the veil off of Disneyland and you see all the crazy shit that happens on the underneath, you're like, wow, them motherfuckers go through a lot. Like, Jesus, Disneyland just ain't the happiest place on earth like everybody thinks it is, man. Jesus. God, Disneyland crazy. Disneyland's like its own city, if I'm being honest with you. You know, like, just the craziest people be there and fights be breaking out and all kinds of racial shit be happening. Like, Disneyland really is like its own little city. It's all its own little world. Goodness gracious, from the workers to the people that they deal with every single day. I could never work at Disneyland. Oh God, no, I can never work at Disneyland. Like, I hardly enjoy being a guest at Disneyland, let alone working at Disneyland. Like, if I ever worked at Disneyland, I'd fucking probably blow my brains out with the, for one, amount of people that you deal with, and then two, the amount of crazy shit you get just like from the dude that got his ass beat on the jungle ride, the fucking having to deal with kids throwing up, and just, you know, the fucking crazy lady talking about, hey, fuck that Make-A-Wish kid. And I like dealing with these people on a daily, dude, would just be crazy. And then your coworkers, you know, you got one Spanish dude and a Haitian guy, and like, why are you talking about my brother, man? Why are you talking about him like that? And he's like, oh man, fuck you, dude. He's like, why are you talking about me like that? You know, and then he takes a fucking cooking sheet and he just smacks him, and you're like, wow, this is the last time I'm working over here. You know, it's just, couldn't do it, bro. Couldn't do it. I'm sure this is only probably like 10, maybe 20% of the job. I'm sure, you know, a good 80, 90% of the job is like, it's fun and it's enjoyable and you meet some really cool people. But for the most part, I'm sure that Disneyland is just ain't all cracked up to be, you know what I mean, a great, you know, job, if I'm being honest with you. Because it's like, when you're a guest, you know, you have the veil and you see what what they want you to see and all that kind of stuff. But then when you work there, it's kind of, you see the dirty underbelly of Disney and all of that, and you're just like, whoa. I feel like people that have worked at Disneyland, they probably are not guests anymore. They're just like, nah. Because I know what really goes down. You know, I can't enjoy it anymore because I don't have that veil over my eyes anymore. It's like, I know what really goes down here, and I know y'all is crazy as fuck, and you're weird, and, you know, all the shit we got to deal with, and I don't even want to deal with people. Like, I don't even work here anymore, and I already don't want to deal with people in lines and, you know, trying to finger each other during shows and all this kind of other stuff. Like, golly, man. But I hope you guys enjoyed that thread, man. It's something a little different. I thought I'd throw a little different thread in there, you know, from our usual. I'm trying to find some a little more unique ones instead of just kind of doing dating ones all the time. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Let's hop into the announcements, then we'll get into our scenarios. Patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. $3 a month get you an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in as many scenarios as you'd like to be featured on the show. Thank you guys for all the support on TikTok as well as Instagram, man. Instagram followers are continuing to go up, as well as the TikTok. By the time this episode goes up, I should be unbanned. I should be unbanned from TikTok. I could not upload for like 3 days. They would not let me do it. They put a bit of a restriction on me. Why? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's the stupidest thing ever. I'm just like, look, man, I'm a small fry on TikTok. I barely got like 3,000 to like 3,500 followers. Like, I'm not big, you know what I mean? But you get a couple thousand and all of a sudden they're just like, hey man, there's kids on this app, you know, you can't be posting that. I'm like, man, I posted some crazier shit, you know, before, but just because I didn't have that many following, all of a sudden they're just like cracking down on your boy. So that's what that is as far as the clips, but I should be having the clips back on and normal for you guys. Keep downloading the podcast on Spotify, as well as rating the podcast 5 stars is preferable. So I appreciate you guys for all the support on that. You guys are killing it in the downloads, man. I keep seeing my downloads go up, and I appreciate that so much, man. A lot of you guys are from TikTok. I see your comments. Don't worry about it. Hey, TikTok gang, I appreciate you, because if I can turn you from a clip watcher to a, you know, full form watcher, you're watching the whole episode, I do appreciate that. But yeah, that should be about it. Without further ado, man, let's get into the scenarios for today. We got our first one. Am I the asshole for buying a sexy pajama to my friend's girlfriend? Okay, so he bought his friend's girl a sexy pair of pajamas. All right. I, 26 male, live with my friend, 26 male. We're roommates. Last year, his girlfriend, 24 female, moved in with us. I'd say during that time, me and her have also become good friends as well. The three of us have a good friendship, and we don't have major issues with our living situation. So the thing is she's now pregnant. She's 7 months along now. She had her baby shower yesterday. Last week, I went to a baby store to buy a gift for the baby. There were a lot of cute clothes and things, not just for babies, but also maternity clothes / pillows and stuff like that. So I bought a gift for the baby, and I saw a cute nightie that's pink and has some lace around the edges, you know. I thought it was cute because in the front, it has a drawing of a baby sleeping on a cloud saying, "Shh, baby's sleeping." I don't know. I saw it and thought it was something cute, so I bought it. I bought that as well as the gift. I bought that as well to gift to her. I gifted to her at the baby shower. No big deal. She made a joke about it, modeling the pajama for me the next morning while she's making cereal for breakfast. At the time, my friend laughed as well. He also agreed that the drawing was cute. However, yesterday, he told me I was kind of off for gifting his girlfriend sexy lingerie. I mean, the dress does have some lace on it and it's short, but that's not why I bought it. I got it for her because I thought it was cute, just that. He said that's fair, but that it was weird that it had such a deep neckline. Like I wanted to see her boobs. I told him that the lady at the store told me that it was like that to make breastfeeding more accessible. Still, he was upset and told me that I'm overstepping boundaries. He's upset with me. My theory is that maybe someone else, maybe someone from his family, may have told him something like implied that I'm trying to steal his girl or something, but almost everyone is saying that I'm in the wrong here. Is that really so? What? No. Look, man, are you the asshole for buying? No, not at all. What do you mean? You thought it was cute. You were like, you bought something for the baby, and then you happened to see that, and you were just like, you know what? This looks cute. I think she would like this. Let me ask the lady. You know, like, hey, is this good for like pregnant women or whatever? You know, my boy's girl is pregnant, blah, blah, blah. And the girl's like, yeah, it has like a deep V-neck or deep V-neck line. So that way, you know, she can breastfeed a lot easier. It's comfortable, you know, so that way she can walk around and whatnot. And, you know, even if she's still got a pregnant belly, it's going to fit her just fine. And he's like, all right, cool, I'll take it. Like, he had no intentions of trying to steal your girl or, see her boobs or what. Like, what the fuck kind of dumb shit is this? Now, if he had like the intentions of, trying to see her naked or whatever, or, you know what I mean? Like if it was purposely sexy or see-through or something like that, then you could talk to him about it and be like, hey, yo, bro, you know what I mean? What's up with this? What's going on? And if he's just like, no, I just thought it was cute. I got it for blah, blah, blah. And, even the cashier lady said, that the deep V-neck line is so she could breastfeed easier. She was like, even if she still has her belly, it's comfortable for her and whatnot. She could wear it around the house, blah, blah, blah. That's the only reason why I bought it for her, dog. I'm just looking out for your girl. That's it. Like, come on, man. Like, and the boyfriend should have just been like, all right, man, cool. Don't, appreciate it, man. I appreciate you getting that for her and thinking about her, Like, I don't know. I think that is retarded. I kind of think his theory is a little right, just because in an outsider's perspective, it's just like, what the fuck? Why did he buy her lingerie? But it's like, come on, man. Of course, maternity clothes are going to kind of look like lingerie because they have to be a little big, or they have to accommodate a belly, or they have to have a deep V-neck line so that way it's easy to breastfeed or whatever. It has to be kind of accessible clothing. It makes sense. It's understandable, like the way it looks on the outside. And I'm sure it was a family member that said something like that, but as guys, you could have easily just been like, hey, yo, bro, why'd you get her that? Oh, yeah, I got her this because the clerk told me that it was this and that. I thought it was cute. The clerk said this about it. So I was like, cool, say less. And I just got it for her, and you could have just deaded it right there, if I'm being honest with you. But, nah, are you the asshole? No, man. That nigga's stupid. Like, you looking out for his girl. Come on, man. All right, am I wrong for being jealous at my boyfriend's female neighbor? Oh. My boyfriend and I are in a long distance relationship for 2 years. Oh no. All right, we'll see. For 2 years, a year and a half ago, he befriended a female neighbor. They hung out a lot and they went playing tennis, went surfing, cooked together, and she would go on dates with guys from Tinder. And then after the date, she went to my boyfriend's apartment to talk to her about the date. Okay. Or talk to him about her dates. One guy ghosted her after she asked my boyfriend for advice. It made me feel very uncomfortable, and I asked him to stop seeing her. We had a discussion, but then he agreed. After a few weeks, I realized I didn't want to be the jealous girlfriend, and I backed up and apologized. I told him it's okay for me that he is friends with her and they can hang out again. Now she already has a boyfriend, and he even moved in with her. Okay. When I was visiting my boyfriend for 3 months, she came to the apartment to bring chocolates for Christmas. I didn't want to talk to her. My boyfriend opened the door for her and did some small talk after she left. He snapped at me and said it was very rude of me, and at least I could have greeted her. One time he organized a barbecue for a friend who was visiting, and he also invited her. I didn't go and lied that I had a headache. My boyfriend told me it's okay that I stay home. He knew you were lying. Come on, bro. I have a headache.
Stop the cap.
Come on, bro. He knew. 1 month later, we got into a fight, and he brought it up and said that he could see that I didn't like her and I didn't take any initiative to be friends with her. He said that I tried to avoid every interaction with her, and at least I could try to be friendly, but I just don't like her for some reason, and I don't want to be involved with her. It's okay for me that he talks to her, but I don't want him to force me to. He didn't understand my side. He even accused me of taking his freedom away because he didn't hang out with her as much anymore because of me. In April, he has a huge work party that his company throws for him, and he invited his family members, his best friends to come. He even invited her, even though he didn't know her that long. That hurt me a little because I was wondering, why is she so important for him? Am I wrong here? Ooh, I mean, I don't know why you didn't. I don't know why you didn't kind of just like befriended the girl just on some reconnaissance shit. You know what I mean? Like, think about it like this. You befriend the girl, right? And you talk to her a little bit. You kind of ask a little bit of pondering questions, like, so, like, how long have you known my man? And, what do you guys typically do together? Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Kind of feel her out a little bit and see what her motives are. And just, like, you could have faked a friendship to see what's going on, because if you don't know, the jealousy is just going to fester. And then it's going to fester into a hatred. And then you're going to be sitting there thinking like, oh, he doesn't care about me. He only loves this random chick that he hardly knows and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, you could have, like I said, you could have just pried a little bit in there and just been like asking some questions, da, da, da. Because for him, he's like, look, I want you to kind of get to know her, to like talk to her a little bit. Get the vibe of like, hey, there's nothing going on between me and her. We Gucci snakes, we chilling. That way you're reassured that there ain't nothing going on between her and I. We're just simply neighbors. And because we're neighbors, we're friends. And that's that. I'm allowing you to reassure yourself of all the doubts and things that are going on in your head, because he knows. Come on, man. He knows. He already knows. He's thinking like, man, she think I'm fucking this girl. She think I'm cheating on her with this girl. She think I'm doing this, I'm doing that, etc., etc. He knows this. And that's why he's just like, hey, yo, I'm about to let her meet her. You guys talk. You guys get to know each other. You can kind of feel her out and feel her vibe, see what's going on. Maybe you'll see some shit I don't see, or maybe she'll tell you some shit that, because you never know. It'd be one of those things like, how sometimes in TV shows, and I'm sure this happens in real life, but, it's just one of those things where it's just like they're alone. It's just like, Daniel is mine, and I'm going to steal him away from you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. And, she's just like, bitch, what the fuck? And then she tries to tell her man, and then, you kind of assess how your man's going to take that, because you never know. She might come out with that and be like, huh, that nigga's mine. I'm taking him. I want him. That penis is mine. I've been working on that penis. You never know. Like, it could happen. But you could have easily just talked to her and kind of felt it out and see, what she's about. That's just me, though. I don't know. Again, she's asking, is she the asshole for being jealous? Yes, because you could have like befriended her, and you could have talked to her and been like, and you could have asked those questions. You could have asked questions, and you could have had your doubts squashed. If I'm being honest with you, you could have had your doubts squashed and been like, all right, cool. She's chill, or, oh no, I don't like this girl. She got some ulterior motives, so on and so forth. So, you know what I mean? It could go either way. That's just my 2 cents on it. All right. Let's see. Okay, cool. We can do like 2 more. My partner doesn't want my son to move in with us. Would I be the asshole if I broke it off? I'm sorry about formatting. My mind is a mess right now. So I, 31 female, have a beautiful 11-year-old son from my previous marriage. Broke up 10 years ago. I share custody with my ex. I have him every second weekend. Ex has him most of the time. My current partner, 36 male, and I decide to move in together into his house with his 2 kids. He has a 6-year-old daughter and an 8-year-old son. I'm currently slowly moving household items when I get spare time, so I haven't fully moved in yet. Whilst dropping my son home to his father's house, it came to light during the conversation that my ex has been abusive to my son sometimes. Oh shit. I mean, that right there should have let you, it should let you know to break it off. What the fuck? I won't go into detail, but I was incredibly upset. I started creating a plan to get him out. X and I don't have court orders. And when I got back to my parents' place, I told him the situation and how I might have to get majority custody. He had a less than stellar reaction. Okay, all right. I confused it. I'm sorry. Her ex-man has been abusive to the son. I thought it was her now new man was being abusive to the son. No, no, no. The ex man has been abusive to the son. I'm sure you guys caught that. I didn't. I'm sorry. Um. All right. So the ex has been abusive to the son, and that upset her. She doesn't have any court orders or anything like that, but she does want to get full custody of him. And he had a less than stellar reaction. He seemed less concerned about the incident, more so how I was going to continue working. I start at 5 a.m. most days and said things like, "What about my career? I knew he might live with us, but not this soon. I didn't really consider this, etc." I was upset at his reaction. I mean, he's happy for me to move in and raise and financially support his kids and look after them, but why is my son different? I know what I have to do to protect my son, but I'm about to potentially blow up my relationship and tank my career as well as have him back with me. I'm so lost right now and I have no idea what to do. My mind is everywhere. I'm making a call to CPS tomorrow to report what my son has said and going to make arrangements with work. Hopefully I can keep my job. Would I be the asshole if I stopped moving in and potentially broke things off after his reaction from my partner? Was this just a shock about the situation or is something bigger here? I know this is messed up and I'm happy to answer any questions. I just want to make one thing very clear, people in the timeline. I am going to get my son out of there. I would never leave him in the situation. My question was more aimed at would I be the asshole breaking things off because my partner's reaction. I'm getting my son 100%. All right. I mean, you're just rambling now. Are you the asshole for wanting to leave your man? Yes and no. Sadly, this one can't even really be a yes or no. Just think about it like this. You can stay with your guy and all you have to do is just not move in with him. Just go get your own place and then let your son, stay over there. You go live with him a couple times, a couple days out of the week. Say you go, live with your man, stay at his house. You guys have a sleepover for like 3 days or whatever. Then you come back, you spend 4 days at your place with your son and you just do that. I mean, is it a traditional thing? No, but it's the situation that you're in. And that's sadly how you're going to have to do it. You're just going to have to kind of do both. And if you don't want to do both, then that's fine. I don't think you'd be an asshole for not wanting to do both. If you're like, nah, it's either I live over there and I'm with him or I'm with my son and I'm single, then go be with your son and be single. You know what I mean? But I don't think you have to be single. You really don't have to. I mean, especially if your guy is willing to kind of, be with that compromise. Like, yeah, that's fine. You're over here for 3 days, you sleep over, hang out, and, you're with me for 3 days and then you're with your son for 4 days. You know what I mean? Like, I think that makes sense. And that's a way for you to still be able to be there. Think about it, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're over at his house, kicking it, doing your thing. You guys are, living together, if you will. And then, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you're over there with your son, and then it's cool because at the same time it kind of gives your son like a bit of freedom and he can kind of do things that he wants and he kind of has his own time to like get into hobbies or whatever he wants to do. He's home alone, he can kind of just get into something, do some stuff. I don't know, like I said, I think it's a good thing, especially for like boys. Boys like to be left alone anyway. So it's like, you know what I mean? That whole weekend where it's just like, yeah, man, my mom's going to be gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He's got his boys over and they're fucking, you leave him money for some pizza and they're kicking it playing Xbox and shit. It's like, it's a good thing, and then you're there during the week. So it's not like you're never there for your son or anything. Nah, you just give your son the weekend to kind of do his thing, be a kid. And then during the week, you're taking him to school, you're going to work, you're coming home, you guys spend time together, so on and so forth. I think that's a great balance, if I'm being honest with you. But if your partner is not for that, then obviously you'd be like, hey, look, all right, man, well, then I'm going to do what's best for my son and I'm going to go live with him, Like, that's just kind of how I see that, It is what it is. So, yeah. Gonna have to compromise that, girl. You're gonna have to figure it out. All right, we got our last one, and boy, is this one a short and sweet one though. Girlfriend cheated with a BBC. God damn, man. Damn. She saw the Drake video. Oh my God. By the time this comes out, that's probably going to be old news. But God damn, she saw the Drake video and was just like, you know what? I could do that. I could handle something like that. Damn, man. Oh. All right, you know.
She belongs to the streets.
At that point, you know, because it's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway, brother. So my now ex ended up cheating on me and left me for a big black guy. God damn it.
Bruh.
And I haven't been able to get the thought of how much bigger he must have been than me. So I created a fake Snapchat and got him to think I was a girl and got him to send a dick pic. This nigga.
Bruh.
What? You could have just dumped her, bro. What are you doing? He said I pretended to be a girl and got him to send me a dick pic, nigga.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Oh my God. Okay. Got him to think I was a girl. Got him to send me a dick pic. It's fucking huge, the size of a shampoo bottle, huge. And I've not been able to stop nutting to his BBC. I've jerked it to it 5 times now, and every time he said he would send me videos of him fucking her today when she goes to work at 5, and I can't stop thinking about it, and I want to tell him to cuck me and keep sending me things, even get him to degrade me. But I think once he knows I'm a guy, he will block me. Anyways, this is my first real post. Please let me know if anyone feel.
What did he say?
Okay. All right.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah. Yeah, please, man. Please. What are we doing here? What are we doing? You could have just broken up with like you jerking your meat to his meat? Like what? Bro, or are you jerking it to him smashing your girl? Like, you know what? I'm going to just leave it there. Man. A lot can be said and I ain't going to say it. Like, bro, nah, I'm good, man. What the fuck is going on with it? Like, God dang it, man. Just reading that,
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
No. All right, man. Thank you guys for watching and listening because God damn it, bro. Jesus. Like, I knew that one was going to be short and sweet, but I didn't think it was going to be that crazy. Jesus. He said, hey, does anybody else feel this way? Because, you know, I'm starting to feel a little lonely here. You know, am I the only one? Yeah, I'm the only one. Oh, shit. I'm the only one. Okay. All right, man. Like, God damn, dude. All right. Thank you guys for listening and watching, man. Oh, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this juicy episode. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. You guys are crazy, man. All right. Get back with me on Thursday for Haunting Adeline, man. I love you guys so much. Patreon.com/MyTheAsshole Podcast. Get on the Patreon, man. Exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on the show like these weird motherfuckers. If you want to support the show even more, downloading, rating the podcast 5 stars, as well as subscribing on YouTube helps a ton, you know. Also, following us on TikTok and Instagram. You know, I like I said, we're gonna get consistent with the clips again. TikTok just doesn't like you, boy, but I'm gonna figure out a way to stay consistent with TikTok. All right, love you guys, and I'm out of here.